Welcome back to yet another Power Pack content in our channel, Know Your Industry. So you have been following us for the last few videos. You would have seen that we have started our CMT journey, that is communication, media and telecom. We were looking at the different domains within this industry at length. We were going through the different KPIs in the telecom, media and communication space. We also looked at the telecom industry in depth across the 6 different regions in the globe. We looked at the market share of the telecom industry in the different regions. We were seeing how the consumers behave and how the companies also set up their strategies in these regions, right? In today's video, we are going to cover something very interesting, right? Something that you're seeing in front of you, and most of you know, and this is basically shaping up the Indian OTT and the media industry at large. At the beginning of the year, around end of February 2024, Reliance Industries, they declared their joint venture with Walt Disney, right? This was a big news and one of the biggest news in the Indian media industry of late in the last few years. Why? We are coming to that details in a while, right? So this joint venture, which is we're going to end, basically the formalities will end by the end of this year or the first quarter of 2025, will end up being a behemoth of the industry of about $8.5 billion, right? That's a huge amount. That's about 70 crore Indian rupees. So basically the entire media undertaking of Viacom 18, right, with all its TV channels, OTT platform, etc., is going to get merged with the entire the Star India, right, which is the Walt Disney brand, with all its TV as well as OTT platform, right. So this is the joint venture, or this is the combined entity that we would look at, and obviously this is going to be the leader in this market in the coming years. So what are the constructs of the deal? So this deal, when it will be a merged entity, Reliance is going to command a high market share of about 63%, whereas the overall market share of Disney and its affiliates will be about 37%, right? As I was telling, the deal is expected to be closed at the end of 2024 or at the beginning of 2025. And additionally, Reliance has agreed to invest about 11.5 or 11,500 crores to this joint venture for the growth of the OTT business. The overall OTT market in India itself is growing at a rate of about 28 to 30%, and Reliance has come into the market very aggressively, and they want to be the market leader, and that's why they are investing so heavily in this market. So what is the synergies of the deal, and how will these two brands come together? So currently, Disney has about 80 TV channels in the Indian market across 9 languages, whereas Viacom 18 has about 40 channels in about 8 languages. So obviously together the merged entity will command about 120 TV channels and 2 leading digital streaming platforms, which is Jio Cinema and Disney Plus Hotstar. And then together, they will have about 750 million users in India with the merged entity, right? That's a huge subscriber base. And together, in terms of the TV channels, so out of the top 10 TV channels, they will command about 40% market share, right? So obviously, in the TV space as well, they would be a leading player and leading by far, right? So commanding about 40% market share. Now the OTT market, right? If you zoom into the OTT market, currently that's standing in 2024, Disney Hotstar has about 24% market share, and this was the leader, right, in this space. And Jio or Reliance was a much late entrant in the market, but they understood that this market is a highly growing market, and that's why they entered very aggressively. They entered with a very good deal of showing IPL freely to all the Indian consumers. Along with that, they got some other deals as well, and they were quickly gaining market share from Disney Plus Hotstar. But then it was not long before they did a joint venture as well, and they together they will command about 30% market share, right? Reliance plus Disney together. So whereas now the second player will be Amazon Prime Video, followed by Netflix, Z5 and Sony, right? So this is how the market shares pan out across the different competitors in the space. So overall context of the market, and another very important news that all of you must be knowing is for the last 2 years, Z Entertainment and Sony Group, they were trying to come together and form a joint venture. And if they would have come together, they would have also formed a very big conglomerate, right? It would have been a $10 billion deal. But somehow this deal did not come together, and they have stayed apart. And basically, Jio has pounced on this opportunity to come together with Disney and now become the leader in the market. Now, the third point is what I was just telling 2 minutes back, that around 2020 to 23, what was happening is Disney Hotstar started losing subscribers to Jio. Why? Because Jio came into the market and immediately Jio bought the entire IPL rights and they made it free in their platform, right? Whereas at that point of time, Disney plus Hotstar was paying or the subscribers of Disney Hotstar had to pay a subscription fee to watch IPL in their platform, right? So that caused a huge amount of subscribers to immediately go out of their platform and to join Jio Cinema, and then Jio was gaining market share. So that was the dynamics of the market around 2023, and then came 2024 when we got this news of the the joint venture. Now, what is the way ahead? So obviously, it is anybody's guess that this joint venture will create a formidable force in the Indian entertainment space, and it has all the chance and all the probability of also creating almost a monopoly, right, going forward, if they start gaining market share in the same pace for the next few years as they are gaining currently. And this may end up also for advertisers to have less purchasing power, and they may have to pay more for their advertising spaces in these leading TV channels and the OTT platforms, and this would in turn add the revenues of the leading player, right? The other sweet spot for this leading company would be that Disney is already having digital rights for ICC matches till 2027, and Jio Cinema has already bought the rights for IPL, that is Indian Premier League, till 2027. So till for the next 2-3 years, anyways, the high amount of subscriber base is almost guaranteed for this leading player. And along with the cricketing, space, they are also having rights for Wimbledon, Pro Kabaddi League, BCCI, domestic cricket, and so on and so forth, right? So apart from ICC tournaments and IPL, they also have a lot of other cricketing tournaments, rights bought, and hence this would help them increase their subscriber base even more in the coming market, right? So the joint entity would consolidate its dominance both over the television as well as in the digital platform in the Indian space, not only in the sports market but in the overall market as well. What kind of an impact this may have, right? So as you understand, it's almost creating a monopoly. So obviously it has high chances of raising the eyebrows of the competition landscape in the market. And especially it would make the competitors think that what kind of pricing will they also do for their products, and what kind of the products also in terms of the be it sports or be it entertainment, be it cinema, etc. So what kind of products they would also have in their platform as well, right? Because to compete with such a big player, you need to have equally good product. You need to have very competitive pricing, and you also need to be a niche player as well, right? Because you need to have some kind of your own positioning, so that you can also garner some amount of subscriber base and some amount of liking for yourself, right? So that's what the competition will be thinking basically. The Competition Commission of India will also come into the picture, right? Because they would also ideally should look into the fairness in the competition, so that they don't change the pricing too much of the industry, the leading player, that is the Disney and the Reliance joint venture, so that they also should not be taking any undue advantage in the market, being the leader in the market. So these are some of the things that we will keep a close eye. And the last point is the most important point here, right? So it's not the end of the road for the competition, right? Because the Indian OTT market is a highly growing market, right? Because all of us know that internet still is yet to be penetrated a lot in India. consumption in the internet, through internet, right, through mobile phones, through our laptops, etc., is increasing every day, and hence the OTT market is also increasing highly. So there is space for the leader to grow. There is a ample space for the competition also to grow, right? So if the competitive platforms, they can also think of coming up with good products at an affordable price, right? So obviously they will also have a lot of space to grow and even to garner more market share in the coming days as well. So that's something that we would looking forward to, that how this behemoth market leader, that is Reliance plus Disney, they also shape up their own products, pricing, their strategy going forward, and how the competition also grows and they also react to this space, right? So that's all that I wanted to cover today. This is one of the most important updates that has happened in the Indian media and entertainment space. I would come up with a lot more around similar topics in the CMT domain in this series in the coming videos. So hence would request you to kindly subscribe to my channel if you're liking my content. We would again meet in the next video. Thank you.